Hello viewers and welcome to part 3 of the Clueless Cat Does Final Fantasy XIV story playthrough, as per requested by Twitch viewers. More bad recordings thanks to accidentally recording a bunch at 30 FPS in the game settings, thinking my PC could handle 4K recording. It can't. Neither can the 5-year-old software I was using at the time though. And monotone dialogue incoming. Now where we left off, returning to the middle LaNoscea, while trying to clip out as much of my level 15 gear grinding and class quests as I can. Now, all the way to the northwest because I'm too frugal to pay for a aetheryte. So we're running. I wish that we could jump off that thing. You've never truly played an MMO until you find all the things you can jump off of. And if they'll kill you. Battern sent you, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will ya? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to go through, though, so this mess, so wood and pulleys, was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Give me money. I've learned how to provoke. Thanks a million. Work it. A Skylift operator needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad am I to see you again, lass. The wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side afore turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road and recover that seedling and deliver it to Leof over at Swiftperch in western LaNoscea. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in Swiftperch, so the journey should be worth your while. To the north. Crabs. I may not look for a hunt, but if I come across one, you betcha I'm gonna shove my axe into it. Slugs. Dude is scared of slugs. Onward to Swiftperch. Nope, just wanted you off my map. Time to hit the crystal. See? Big crystal. Has Nimia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Here you go. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day. It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swiftperch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy? Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madame, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor, may I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement. Relighting the torch. Frelof, a yellow jacket on guard duty in Swiftperch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes towards the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? Yep. It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Conwis? The lighthouse keeper. Yeah, this is Final Fantasy. I guarantee you something has happened. It's kind of how the game goes. Well, yeah, the battery's just outside being lazy. You say a yellow jacket sent you here? My light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just the messenger, lass, but I can tell a venture when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You got a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lass. Okay. Beat the bejesus out of a bomb. I can do that. To the northeast. Destination. Use. Not joining your fate. Hello. And back to the southwest. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Here you go, my dear. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit a look when you was gone. A LaNoscea curse me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swiftperch and have him pass the word back to someone in LaNoscea. Okay. Back to Swiftperch, on foot, 'cause I'm still cheap. He ain't my friend. He's paying me for this. Hey, dude. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well. I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straightway to the Armorers Guild in LaNoscea and explain the situation to Forge Master Hananza. Okay. Time to return to LaNoscea, and this time I can teleport because return is free every 30 minutes. Let's go! Closest is the F Castle. The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs? By God's beard, I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Canwas had trapped in there was a touch too volatile? I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. On to the Drydocks. Forge Master Hananza, head of Naldwick and Vilmies, wants you to assist with the workload over at the Moraby Drydocks. What say you to taking on some work from Naldwick and Vilmies? We've a big, great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. I don't know how to. Thank you. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Atbrim, the head of the shipwright at the Moraby Drydocks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower LaNoscea. That's also where you'll find the main offices of whatever their company is called. The Moraby Drydocks is one of LaNoscea's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetheryte. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the chocobo porters, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. This person smashed their face on a keyboard for their name. I think while I'm here, I'm gonna go punch out my class quest and go to the smithy in the inn and get my level 15 gear by completing the class trials that he has for me. So the next time when I go to Lower LaNoscea, I'm gonna be in different gear, but that's what I'm gonna do. Now I'm going to Lower LaNoscea. Okay. Well, so he's claiming that the Chocobo Keep can bring me there. Or she was, so we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna head to the main ring of the right, go all the way east, and find the Chocobo Porter. So I can Chocobo Porter it, that would be a lot nicer for me. If 5 gil did not have to run all that way, I'll take it. And with that, we have a much nicer ride here. I can't wait till I'm out. I see the quest is over there, however there's an 8th right over here, and I shall not miss it. Hi, my dude. Biram? You have a missive for me from Forge Master Hanaza? I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration. Another delay? I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Blah, blah, blah. Amber, is it? Well, Amber, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks at the Calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Alimsa Lominsa's rebirth, from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus, we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the Thalassocry. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Give me money. Give me a quest. Without a doubt. Brim is looking for a member of his crew and the items he was supposed to deliver. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named, I'm not pronouncing that, recently left Candlekeeper Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. Ooh. I have sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Wow, this guy doesn't play. To the southwest. I'ma doubt you. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, navigators rest her soul, I know naught of this Frilsmid nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns, what with the sinking of the Leminson cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take a proper, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Writing the shipwright. Halbrada has a suggestion for the kind adventurer who came bearing Foreman Atbrim's message. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you must certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand to help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Filsman everyone seems to be eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. That's it? Just right up here? I am Filsman. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts? I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot show me face at the Drydocks until I've righted the terrible wrong of cause. 2 nights past I made the trip from the Drydocks to Candlekeep Quay. Just as the foreman asked, the seas were right rough, but the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway 'twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yawns, and 'twasn't long before the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into Lominson Galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I's made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with cocoon, and I ain't one with a sword, and now ye see why I cannot return to the Drydocks. In other words, you're a pansy, I need to collect your stuff. Okay. I love how here I can outpace everything that wants to attack me and just collect everything and run back. I see a thing that's chasing me, but, nope. If I don't have to kill it, I'm not gonna. And I learned a while ago you don't have to kill those. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long afore the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the 7 hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here I's been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage my master's cargo. Here you go. The missing parts? I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I may pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Aberdeen that I'll be back to the Drydocks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Well, back to the Drydocks, and I still feel like being cheap. Oh hells, we'll go this way. I'm relieved to hear that both Frillsman and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seeds here adjacent the Drydocks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort of which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Do angry pirates dream? Victory Foreman Albert is considering recommending you as an important job involving Drydock security. Amber, while I'd originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to the whatever the company is called. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Grimhalda, head of the watch here at the Drydocks, believes the pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task, despite all Limsa Lominsa endured before, during, and following the calamity. The fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on this city-state so that they may line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. Well, that's a very short jaunt to the southwest. Ah yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Ardrum sent. Since you first arrived at the Moraby Drydocks, I have had my men watch you. Creepy. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen? That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then, I assume Artbrim informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to aid the Drydocks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kanago, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Sup? Amber, haha, I knew it! No more sardines for Sanango. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon of the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Amber would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah yes, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren camp with a single large stone, half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nemea, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on the path and carry Adventuring Ars back out to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I's added up to my ears with your type roaming the ills like they was ears to roam. It's getting to be that a man cannot enjoy a mug o' rum without some shite breathe outlander running up asking which is the way to the local love-knit. 7 L's if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Falls balls. Once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pistol of that island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scraggs, we've knives to sharpen. I'm gonna have to beat you up soon, huh? Well, back to the Drydocks. Still can't talk pirate for the life of me. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what does this talk about getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the Victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Give me money. Victory in peril. Gramota, captain of the watch of the Moraby Drydocks, wishes your aid in dealing with potential intruders. I'm concerned, Amber. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the Drydocks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. The ship is a symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you are just the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the Drydocks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Urswurst at the front gate or Sanago at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings to me directly. Okay. They're closer. I'm gonna go talk to them first. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Grimtar's desk, gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. To the north and up. Don't see me, you'll bite me. Bah, spotted me, did ya? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Ah, crap. I really wish I could jump off that. Please? Nope. Okay. Nyerm, kerplunk. Yes. Okay, don't skip cutscene. I want to, but don't. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were right, adventurer, to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening? Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere, stuck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirates, soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Amber, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste, now. Can I just, like, go straight there? Nope. I want a bunch of you lined up. Gah, never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. What are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter, whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy o' mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building the bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. 100 millions of wide green ocean made you come up with these self-righteous shites. You're the one with no bloody sense, Da. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. Ah, I wondered why Brim never spoke as a father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, all right, of everything that went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Grimalta, Amber, pray beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. I got level 20 off that. I must be getting old, letting some green venture get the best of me. Da. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? My thanks. I shudder to think what would become of the Victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Grim Thoughta. How you fare? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple shift. You saved the budding hopes of Limsa Lominsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regime will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the Drydocks safe. Alberdom apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the Victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the way, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Rainer's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. Men of the Blue Tattoos. Grim Thoughta wishes to entrust you with an important task. Amber, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects as of XIV, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the Victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of LaNoscea deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to return to Baderon and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the drowning wench into his hands and no other. Do you understand? Okay. To LaNoscea. Okay, we have to go to Baderon. Half castle push. Ahoy there, Amber. I've been hearing about your deeds at the Drydocks. Adverin laid out the entire tale for me. Poor sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least you kept the Victory from being sunk afore she sailed. And for that, I owe you my thanks. You've really made a name for yourself in LaNoscea, lass. Folk know that when they need something doing. You need something doing? And what might that be? Here you go. You want someone to read a message written funny letters for you? And Grimlotta's thought I might know a man as could? Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Baderon. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Amber. You've never let me down yet, and Navigator help me, I reckon I can trust you. Grim thought it was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing, Aaron, no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Feint and Stripe. Baderon has a task for a trusted adventurer. Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy is up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold dead hands of his mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was too bloody familiar, them Sahagan letters, lass. And I should know, I've gutted more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all in ear, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of elves in western LaNoscea, then it hit the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates. 'Twas a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto 'em, rushed in to do a job and buggered it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards, as they were saying, paying Adbert's old man? They're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? Yeah, probably. 7 L's. I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstroms, baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in western LaNoscea, that's where it'll be. Summit tells me Swiftperch is about to get it, and get it hard. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to the Commodore Raynor at the Coral Tower and tell him it's in for a busy day. Oh, and can you give him a hand, eh? You can be damn sure he'll need one. Okay. I can give him an axe. I got an axe. Is that good enough? Some Marauders Guild, got it. Yes, I'm Rainer. Ah, you must be the Avenger whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the Victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Baderon? Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet morning about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what is afoot? An assault on Swiftperch, but we see nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massing for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Baderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Baderon's assessment that the attack on the Drydocks was intended as a diversion, Swiftperch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir. Report. It's the Sahagins, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Ah, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin. Which means there is every chance this assault on Tidegate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swiftperch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is at times such as this that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us, but wishes will avail us not. You must serve in their absence. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defenses. Okay. Glad I have money now, I can teleport. Sup? Commodore Reiner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your fair share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swiftperch. It was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Axe go burr, smash heads. Got it. Here they come. Air now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless Scraggin followed the plans as he... Now what, pull back and wait for our Sahagin brothers? Piss on that, we ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirtying slugs will be crushed under the full might of the Servant Reapers. Seems Swiftperch was the main target after all, huh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. For limbs elements Rar, I'll get all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Yay, murder! Oh, which one of you is... I see you. Let's give you more targets to heal, Yeah, you're not curing anyone else. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Your very being imperils this plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Didn't get what Ascian you were. Come here. Hey, Stella. Gonna help me with your stick? Bye-bye. "99, sweet pea." What a compelling death. Ugh. That the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Ascians to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Eh? Pardon? You would know if we Charlians have encountered Ascians before? I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lass? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad of 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folks away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray, send my greetings to Commodore Raynor. Okay. Okay, return to the Coral Tower in Limsa. Well, I run to the Marauders Guild. Guess I should do my outro. Thank you all for joining me for part 3 of my story playthrough. I should really work on my monotone tone. Unfortunately, I've already recorded all the way through A Realm Reborn at this point, so after that maybe I'll try more inflections. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed some of this video at least, and I will see you for the next one. Feel free to drop a comment with any suggestions of things I could try to add, as this is my first voiced version of something like this I have ever tried. Feel free to follow the links to my socials below, especially Twitch, where these recordings take place before I edit them and throw them up on YouTube. And until the next video, take care, stay safe, and ciao!